General Secretary Gorbachev, if you seek peace, if you seek prosperity for the Soviet Union and Eastern Europe, if you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
Lines at the Loma Theater parking lot are a common sight these days, from morning till night all week long. But a few other sights are becoming equally familiar. Take Paul Hubin's ice cream truck, for instance, or the floored-under folding chair business. Almost as often as the lines form here, these enterprising people show up to scrape off a few extra dollars of ET profits for themselves.
I'm making a heck of a living right here, dollar-wise. This is the best week I ever made in my life. I netted about $700 for myself this week.
The Mann Theater people are taking half the money collected by the operators of this newly created chair rental business because they operate out of the theater lot. At 25 cents a pop, the profits are puny compared to the millions that E.T. creator Steven Spielberg is raking in.
On the 27th of June, 1982, director Steven Spielberg screened his highly successful film, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, for Ronald and Nancy Reagan and their guests at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. The film was shown in the White House Family Theater, which FDR had converted from a cloakroom known as the Hat Box in 1942. At the end of the screening, and as confirmed by Spielberg in 2011, President Reagan stood up, thanked him for the film and the wonderful evening, and then stated without smiling that there were a few people in the audience who knew it to be based on truth. Soon after this, Ronald Reagan would often make, or attempt to make, comments about E.T. and the potential unifying impact of an external alien threat. Here he is in October 1982, making an E.T. joke with Apollo 17 astronaut and U.S. Senator Harrison Jack Schmitt while standing in front of Air Force One at Hangar 84 in Roswell, New Mexico.
It feels good to be here in the land of enchantment and far away from a place of disenchantment on the banks of the Potomac. Jack, are you sure you want to go back there? Of course, having once been an astronaut, Jack Schmitt is probably the only one who feels at home there, because Washington is in orbit most of the time about one thing or another.
But it's money that Terry Williams appreciates.
This is great. I'm a family of 7 I'm taking care of, and I need everything I can get.
These entrepreneurs know that it takes a blockbuster movie to keep their newfound businesses in the black. They're only hoping that E.T. continues to charm Earthlings the way he has so far, at least through the end of summer. Bridget Asaro, News 8, Rosecrans.
Disclosure Day threatens letting the truth loose on the world.
What did you steal?
The data they paid me to protect.
There has been a threat to release government material long shrouded in secrecy.
Are they people?
No.
Daniel is this amazing mathematical brain, and he's using it to understand them.
Do you understand what she's saying?
These are all the individuals from last year doing their thing, running the 100 meters and that sort of stuff. And the American man here was incredibly fast.
It's quite close, isn't it?
Message? Oh, from Michelle. Oh, very amusing. So would you like to watch it together?
Yes.
Let's have a look.
Hey, Prince Harry. Remember when you told us to bring it at the Invictus Games?
Careful what you wish for.
Oh, really? Please.
Boom.
We're going to talk about Prince Harry now, making the rounds in Orlando, Florida, not far from Rob, where this year's Invictus Games will kick off later today.
This sporting event is for injured service members and was created by Harry to inspire their recovery through sport and competition. And ABC's Bob Woodruff is in Orlando covering it all for us this morning. Hi, Bob.
Hey, good morning, Paula. You know, this has been so impressive so far. We've had the ability to just walk around with Prince Harry, you know, to visit some of these wounded competitors. And he's known many of them for years. Many of us have known them as getting through this for the last couple of years. But, you know, he's one of these guys that is so into this. You know, they're competitors, they're fighters. They're going to be very impressive themselves. And you really get that feeling this is coming directly from Prince Harry's heart. This morning, 15 nations competing in Prince Harry's Invictus Games, a Paralympic-style event launched by the Royal in 2014 in London, but this year, for the first time, in the United States.
And I think every nation feels the same, that they just want to put on an amazing show and make sure everybody enjoys it.
As we come on the air tonight, investigators are trying to understand why a heavily armed man opened fire on a young pop star just as she finished what would become her final performance. Christina Grimmie, rising to fame on The Voice, was signing autographs when she was shot. This photo of the singer and a fan believed to be one of her last. Police now say the shooter traveled to Orlando with the intent to kill. Grimmie's death stunning the music industry. Quincy Jones saying too young and too much talent to leave us this soon. ABC's Lauren Lister leads us off.
Tonight, chilling new details about that concert horror. Authorities investigating why, moments after this exuberant performance, a suspect they've identified as Kevin James Loibel opened fire at singer Christina Grimmie, fatally shooting her.
The 4 gunshots were pop, 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 pop.
Earlier Friday night, no indication that the Orlando venue would become a crime scene. The 22-year-old, known for finishing third on The Voice, greeting her fans on Twitter.
We're in Orlando today. Please come to the show if you live near Orlando, Florida.
Crews began demolishing Pulse nightclub in Orlando, Florida on Wednesday, nearly 10 years after a gunman walked into the LGBTQ+ friendly club and committed one of the deadliest massacres in U.S. history. Construction workers tore down the walls of the long-shuttered venue that were still scarred by bullet holes. 49 people were killed and dozens were wounded in the June 12, 2016 attack, when a gunman opened fire during a Latin night celebration before being killed during a standoff with law enforcement. The Pulse attacker had pledged allegiance to the Islamic State group. The city of Orlando bought the property in 2023 and plans to build a permanent memorial.
It's not a sob story, this far from it. This is a story of success. This is a story of literally the most amazing Invictus spirit.
Ladies and gentlemen, by way of introduction, this is a film about trickery and fraud, about lies.
You don't talk about Napoleon or Julius Caesar. You're talking about Elmire.
Elmire?
Elmire?
Who is Elmire? That question has yet to be answered with any real precision.
Can I kiss you too? Anybody wants to eat?
In the world of the jet-setters among us beautiful people, everybody knows Elmire. But Elmire what?
He has about 60 times the same name.
Dihori?
He's called his name Ori, Uri, Bori, Suri, Kori, Bari, Dori, all the...
I wanted to make sure that they were real people, based on reports about abduction and lost time.
I can see them. They're coming into the room. The only way for you to know your purpose is to go back to where it all began. It's the two of you. It's always been just the two of you.
What they know could change everything. Religion, governments, all the things that we've set up to create our culture and our world.
Then 60 personalities, as much lies and as much real.
Well, sounds very Jesuitic.
Yes, his world is a world of make-believe.
I'm not an actor.
Not an actor? Elmire?
I'm not an actor. I am not a professional actor.
Whatever happens, don't you let go.
Daniel and Margaret are going to release the truth of the entire history of the UFO-UAP phenomenon.
He's a leading actor in this movie. His profession, it's true, is painting fakes. Among all fakers, Elmire is number 2.
Once, I saw a man from Ibiza writing a book on fake who came to see me to Paris. He said, I heard you are the first man who bought an Elmire.
And that man's name was...
Clifford Irving.
Whoa. And nothing will ever be the same from that moment forward.
3, 2, 1.
This is disclosure day.
We did on the show exactly what would have happened if the world had been invaded. That little music playing and then an announcer coming on and saying, "Excuse me, we interrupt this program to bring you an announcement from Jersey City. Jersey City has just fallen. Take you back to our studio," a little organ music, and then another interruption, and so on. We did all of that very carefully and exactly reproduced, as I say, what would have happened, thinking to make the whole thing more effective. But we had no idea how effective it would be, because about halfway through the show, as we were continuing with the script in front of us, we saw that in the control room there were a great many policemen, and every moment more. I had no idea that I'd suddenly become a sort of national event.
The important distinction to make when you're talking about the genuine quality of a painting is not so much whether it's a real painting or a fake. It's whether it's a good fake or a bad fake.
You say you can put out what pictures you like on television. Doesn't anybody try to stop you?
No, nobody wants to. 99.386% of the population wouldn't believe this conversation. And the rest are working for us. And they're the top minds, the really responsible people. They know they're guaranteeing the lives of their grandchildren the only foolproof way.
Scaring the hell out of their grandchildren. Well, I won't buy it.
You must admit there has to be some kind of control in this world of ours. Look at this. And remember that 1/4 of the world is starving. There are the full bellies and the empty bellies. Some of the empty bellies carry rifles. Well, we full bellies are getting a bit flabby. We're not very good with rifles anymore, so we've devised 2 ways to keep the empty bellies under control. One of them is this fictitious hydrogen bomb we've talked about. The other one is money. Enough money to fill some of the empty bellies and put a hopeful smile on the faces of the others. A great wall of money all around Britain. And it's no secret that the British economy is in trouble at the moment. So we have to put that right too, to stay alive. We have to control the people in this country. Scare an ostrich, buries its head in the sand. You scare a hedgehog, it rolls itself up into a ball. When a woman's frightened, she goes out and buys herself a hat.
You mean you scare us so that we'll buy more, so that money moves quicker, production moves up?
We don't say scare when we talk about human beings. We say threaten them emotionally. And there are all sorts of ways of not just the big ones like the hydrogen bomb. Overcrowd them a little with bad planning. Sell them too many motor cars. Anything to keep them a little bit removed from reality. Nowadays, people don't work for money. They work for the idea of money. They don't even love for love. They love for the idea of love. They only hate for the idea of hate. It took us 5 years to find a non-addictive drug. One we could pay off against the hard drugs. LSD.
You marketed that?
Oh, yes, of course. And for a very good reason. Some of these protest movements were getting a little bit too close to the mark. LSD gave them nice little hallucinations. Made them talk like 3-year-olds. Throw flowers at policemen. Now we talk terms.
You're not still going to ask me to work for you?
I'm afraid I've had to put all this rather bluntly. You see, there wasn't really very much time. It must be rather a shock. Well, I mean, most people realize that the world is controlled from about 6 big cities. But it must be rather shocking to learn that 1/6 of the world is controlled from this building.
You mean you?
Oh, no. I only rate an office on the 7th floor. There are 2 other offices above this one. And a giant computer system. I ought to tell you, we pay a great deal of money. We can afford to. We save such a lot on things like the national defence budget, so on. We would start you off at £250,000 a year.
Oh.
Rising to £1 million when you make the Ministry of Morality, which I know you will.
Will you let me out of here?
One little point. I should have told you about these surgical transmitters. There's enough of this stuff inside you at this moment to kill 6 people. There's a button we can press. I'm sorry about the dramatics. Our boys call these things the oral contraceptive. Keeps them from talking too much.
So there must be one of those transmitters inside you. Who presses the button? Extra hands. All this stuff about the computer being extra hands for the men who know how to control it. That machine controls you.
You start on Monday.
Try not to understand, because it is impossible.
It's going to get more and more overtly occult as these things develop. I mean, Burning Man's totally in-your-face occult. I mean, that's just flat out, we're witches, we're here, we're New Age, we're here to work witchcraft. We're gathering together because there's more power. You know, this has been almost like programming that's been put into humanity's mind for a long time. Now it's more of a manifestation of this. This is just so far off the scale where this world is heading. The amount of time, effort, money that is being expended by Satan and his minions to implement his agenda.
a future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.